Mic check.
Okay, we're back. We've got to continue with this madness of a story.
Yeah.
Man, where we left off, you're about to leave your peeps and head over to Burundi.
About to leave them.
Actually, are you about to leave them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm thinking of leaving the
country.
Yeah.
You're about to hop onto your next country.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue with this story from Burundi.
Yeah. So the guys, the sister company in Burundi asked me whether I'll be willing to help them set up their new radio station. This is when they are importing the equipment, they're setting up the studios, and they don't know anything about radio. They don't know anything about jingles, anything about music, nothing.
You're setting up the first privatized station as well?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think it was the second or something.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, yeah, cool. But the what do you call this? This 87.6, what do you call them? Frequency is the same.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it was easy. So like, you know what? First of all, if you're going to use the same frequency, I've got half your jingles because I made the first jingles for the other radio station.
Yeah.
That's one. So, but my job was basically to help them set up the studio, to help them develop shows, to help them employ their employees, to train their people.
Hey, so here you are like you are Cedric.
Yeah, I'm the MD now.
Cedric.
Oh, yeah. But then also now another thing, because of my residency at that club, Kiss Club, yeah, my name was already huge there. It was so big there. It was really huge. So the money I was making from the clubs, I had events on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sunday. 5 days.
So wait, first and foremost, you move.
I move.
Now, okay, now we are in the Burundi chapter.
I'm like, yeah, all my shows now moving forward in Rwanda will be syndicated. When I come visit, I'll stay at my sister's.
And you tell Rwanda you've moved. You tell Cedric.
Yeah. Even Cedric at some point leaves. The saddest thing, after he leaves, everything crumbles. Nobody wants to stay without him.
Okay, we'll come there.
Yeah. So I moved to Burundi. I mean, now I'm staying with these Europeans from Belgium, also Francophones.
You stay in the house?
Yeah, we're all living in the same house. My lifestyle has completely changed. We eat salad 3 times a day now. Oh man! Huh? All meals have bread. and
you're not painting your room.
Yeah,
the mattress is a bed.
Yeah, and a cheese sandwich is a thing. So my life has completely changed now. So yeah, so I moved. I'm staying with these guys. So every Friday, I go to their club, and then Saturday, I go to their club, and then all these other days I can work for any other clubs. But I still live with them. So I don't pay rent, I just contribute a few things here and there. And every Sunday morning after the Saturday night club, we go fishing. Every Sunday. Yeah? So we've got our own boat. We go to Lake Tanganyika, in the middle of the lake, close to the Congo side. And then we fish from there, some nice fish. We come, that's our Sunday lunch. We eat lunch, we go sleep now.
At the fishing?
Yeah. I do fish up to this day, yeah. That's what I do.
That's where it started.
Yeah, that's where it started. It's a lifestyle now. So yeah.
So this radio station is paying you?
Yeah, they're paying me. They're paying me how much? It's more money, like $500 a month.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so.
But then also the clubs are paying you?
Clubs are paying me in thousands now.
Thousands of dollars?
Yeah. So I'm not even collecting my salary from this day job. It's just accumulating. Because they used to pay me cash. I was like, collect it, and I collect it. So yeah, so I stayed there. We built the radio station. It grew. It did very well. We started introducing English stuff. I had a show there. So I've got shows now in Burundi, radio shows. I've got radio shows in Rwanda. I've got a TV show in Rwanda. And now our channel in Rwanda is put on Canal Plus. You know what Canal Plus, like the DSTV of the French people. Now it's there. So now it's really huge in the Western, in the French countries, yes. The Francophones, yeah.
So Benin,
all those countries, yeah. So yeah, so my events in Burundi were way more successful. I started now doing private beach parties because we've got a beach there. and the life there was a bit better, and I was making more money there. But unfortunately, after the elections in Burundi at some point, I don't know whether it was 2013 or 2014, a civil war. There's like some serious issues. The president comes back.
Yeah.
A lot of alleged rigging and so on. It becomes a big deal.
So you're there during this time?
I'm there, but then it becomes too dangerous. I have to leave. So I don't want to go back to Rwanda. So I go back to Kenya.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So everything, even the Europeans that you're with, even them, they're out, they leave.
No, they're there. But club scene is not doing so because of insecurities.
Yeah.
There are curfews here and there. I mean, guys are being shot left, right, and center. You don't want to go through that. The clubs can no longer afford to pay you what you're asking for.
There's no events.
There's no events. So the economy just crumbles, and I'm like, you know what? On to the next one. Got on a flight back to Kenya.
Where's your sister this time?
Rwanda.
She's still in Rwanda?
Yeah.
With Cedric?
Yeah, I think Cedric had also just left.
Okay.
Cedric got tired and he packed and left. Yeah. So I think he hit a point where he felt like he had hit a ceiling.
Yeah.
So when he was out. Walker had left too now. He had started his own communication agency. It was only my sister that was left in the company. Nez has started his own production company.
George is
CNBC now. Huh? And then, so about when I was in Kenya for a month. During this time, I received a phone call from the radio station manager in Burundi that had left there. His name was Frank. Frank tells me, there's a Congolese guy that is interested in talking to you. And I'm like, okay, who's the guy? He goes like, can I give him your number? I'm like, yeah, cool. Give him my number. So the guy calls me maybe a day or two later. He says, when I was in Burundi, I heard the radio station. I liked how that radio station, the imaging was, how the jingle sounded, the music. So I'm from Congo, I'm from Goma. Are you able to do that for me? I've got a radio station I'm launching, and I've got some TV stations, and I need to be revamped. Are you able to do that? I'm like, yeah, sure. Then I
on to the next country.
Then I asked the guy, okay, so how much, so how long is the contract? It's 3 months. Okay, so these are my charges, so I'll charge you. We negotiated, settled to some small money, I think it was like $10,000 or something.
That's $1 million.
Yeah. And
how old are you at this time?
That was 2014.
So you're 26.
I'm 25, 26. No, I was 26. 25 there, yeah. And then so I tell the guy, book me a flight. I booked a flight. I went.
Hold on, let me ask. When you came to Kenya, where did you stay?
Airbnb.
Airbnb?
Yeah, my mom paid for it.
So did you feel like your world had crumbled?
No.
Were you scared? Were you wondering what's next?
I was still going to go back to Burundi. I just wanted to.
Or you wanted the time away during this war?
Yeah, but I knew I still have a job either way.
Okay.
The worst that could happen is the radio station shut down, but it wasn't going to. It's a big company. And if that was going to crumble too, I can still go back to Rwanda.
Oh, okay.
And get my old job back.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
But yeah, so and then when I was in Kenya, I used Uber a lot. Yeah. So anything I'm doing, checking out Uber. I'm getting excited about this technology that I'm looking at here.
The e-commerce conversation.
Yeah. So so the guy flies me to Goma. So for you to get to Goma, you have to go to Rwanda. And it's a drive, like 2 hours drive, 3 hours drive to Gisenyi. Then Gisenyi cross the border, now you're in Goma. So the guy takes me there. And so I help him revamp his radio. This process took like almost a year. And all this time I'm staying in a hotel.
What?
Yeah.
Who's paying?
Him.
Huh?
But it gets so boring because breakfast is the same. It's just this room. Yes, right outside the window is a beach, like Tanganyika. You can see the water and so on. But it just got so boring. But yeah, so I lived there it went 3 months. I think it went to 6 months.
And is he paying you? Is it additional pay?
Yeah. But now he's taking care of everything. Now we're friends. Now it's not only a job, we're buddies. We're talking even about how I'll look for a house there and live there. This is me. And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's go.
When you said you're bored, what was there was not much happening in the city?
No, do you mind? Can I?
No, yeah.
There was not much happening. I mean, it's the same process, but the job was exciting. I also got a radio show there, so now I've got my own radio show in Rwanda, Burundi, Congo.
Oh, you're still doing this round?
Yeah,
and there's still payment. And
yeah, still making some small pocket
Are
money.
you DJing now in Congo?
Yeah, but not events. I only did one Congolese event and I said I'll never do it again.
Why?
Because they play too much Congolese music. It's like, yeah, I couldn't. Those songs go for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Sometimes I was like, no. But I was doing radio and guys were so excited about this new field. That's when Nigerian music was huge and they could relate. That's when Diamond Platinums was coming up. So I used to play all this stuff and guys would be excited, call in, so on. So I brought some nice foreign vibe to Congo. It was like Capital FM back then.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So now, so we build the radio, we revamp his TV too, and so on. And then he says he's always excited about tech. So he's a young man. His name is Bernard. We still talk up to this day. He asks me whether I knew any tech developer that we could get, because we wanted to build something called UB Dream. So it's like a wallet. It's a financial wallet. They just didn't know how to build it at that time. So I told him, I don't know someone, but I could ask. So I asked my manager at that time, Henry from S. I'm like, do you know anyone that can build apps? And then he said he's got one guy, some Mzungu, his name is Jens, some my partner, and I could introduce you guys. That's how he introduced me to Jens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I remember I had seen Jens in the club. That was my first time I saw Jens in the club crossing.
Yeah.
Holding some vodka bottle at some event. I'm like, yeah, I saw this guy. So I said, okay, let me fly to Kenya and meet him. So I told the guy, let me go meet this guy and see whether we can discuss something. So I fly into Kenya, then Henry introduces me to, I think I stayed with Henry at that time, and Jens was staying opposite him. So we discussed, there's a guy that wants to build this thing. He doesn't have a lot of money, he'll pay $2,000. Are you okay with building some demo? The guy was like, yeah, sure. But all this time, Jens and I are building some sort of relationship, yeah. And then after that, so I'm still in Congo at this time. But then Congo is not looking, it's not exciting for me. I mean, I need to move on to the next one.
So what was it? It was a bit behind.
It was, first of all, it was very behind. Language, Swahili only, and it's Swahili linga. It's Watoto, yeah, you know, that's Swahili. And then I didn't see myself doing something great from that particular point. Okay, I think I was also losing patience, and I couldn't forget how Uber was cool. Yeah, so I was like, you know what, I'll take this money and I'll go back to Rwanda. So I went to stay at my sister's house. This time I'm not even doing radio in Rwanda anymore. But my mixes are still playing. So I stopped, but the guys are still playing my content. Yeah, so guys can't tell because the music is the same. But if you play a mix I played 1 month ago, you won't be able to tell.
Yep.
And I had like hundreds of mixes at that particular point. And yeah, so I'm staying at my sister's place. I had introduced Jens to this guy now. So we're building this thing called UB Dream, some financial wallet. Unfortunately for my developer, there's one thing about him. If he notices that you're not a logical guy, he loses interest. Yeah, so it was having a lot of issues with that Congolese guy because he wasn't tech savvy. So would ask Jens to do some stuff and Jens would be like, this is not logical. Why? Jens is a white guy. And eventually that didn't go far. So we built something, it launched, it did okay for them. They used it for some time, but it didn't go far. But during this time, Jens and I are now buddies.
Yeah, you've talked, you've connected.
So I tell him, I've been thinking about this Uber thing I see around in Kenya. Can we build something for Rwanda? Jens is like, cool. I said, oh, yeah, I can't afford to pay you, so I can have small money, you can facilitate our drinks and lunches here and there. But you can be my partner.
Where's Jens at this time? Is in Rwanda with you?
He's in Kenya this time.
Okay, now he's in Kenya.
Yeah,
Okay.
but later on he goes to Europe. So Jens is like, yeah, let's go. Let's build a program. We build a
How old is this Jens guy?
Now I think now he's in almost 40.
No, at that time
34, 35.
Okay, so that time he was 20 like you.
Yeah. No. Right. Back then he was 34.
Oh yeah, then he was 34.
Yeah. But he's also one of those guys that I'm packing my stuff and I'm leaving.
Okay.
So go get some.
He's like you.
Yeah, on to the next one. So yes. So we start building. But then problems after problems after problems. This thing is not looking like Uber, man. It just looks like a double website. Why is it not loading as fast? Why is the map not loading?
Yeah.
But we push and we push and we push for months. We push. My money has run out.
I was gonna, yeah. So what are you doing?
My money, I'm staying with my sister is the one providing now. The one that gave her that job. I'm staying at her house. She goes in the morning and finds me still at the same house. Yeah. So
ups and downs.
Ups and downs, literally. And then eventually I launched my...
And your sister is still working for?
Yeah. She's the only one working for Radio 10.
Okay.
And then George is out here. George got a nice job, moved to a nice house by himself. So anytime when I feel like inspiration, I go to his house. And then I'm thinking to myself,
I brought this guy.
in there. And you know, it's very easy for you to start asking questions.
You can get depressed.
Yeah, you're like, oh, everybody's successful, man. I'm looking at everybody abroad. The guys, I'm like, now they all living, everybody's living in their own houses. Nez has his own house. Josh has his own house. I'm living at my sister's house.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not rich, but she's paying the bills and she goes to a 9 to 5. People need her. She's important. Me, when I wake up, the first thing I do is CNN. And I watch CNN from morning to evening and online with Jens. This. But then I was still doing events here and there, but I was getting tired. So Jens and I built a prototype and we launch it as 250 taxi, 250 taxi. 250 is the country code of Rwanda.